Hello YouTube. Well, as you can see, drain the oil on the old 116. About time. Just a slight hint of what I just showed there. As you can also see, there's an Olympic in the garage, for some reason. Shout out to a good friend of mine who we gotta fix some rust on this. One of the spring hangers is not gone, but it's getting there. And this, just regular maintenance. Jeep thing. But you know, I decided we do need another tractor. The Troy belt that used to be up the road, the old LTX 14.5 that we used to run in some videos, that red one with no hood. That finally bit the dust. I'm thinking it snapped the crank pin and the crank literally broke in two because it tore the top bearings out of the block. Yeah, that was painful to see. But our new tractor, it's funny because as you know, this garage used to be completely full of stuff. It's all gone now. Those signs are a big hint though. And that one. So, the replacement tractor came to me quite by accident. Someone on Craigslist had written an ad about it and was looking for offers. It didn't run, it needed an engine, blah 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 blah, and it was built in 1955, I think the guy said. And I showed to him and I says, no, actually it's a no, not to put words in your mouth, but it's a 67. I used to own a couple of these. And what would you take for a price? And the guy came back and said, there's a guy coming on Friday. It's Saturday right now. Day before Mother's Day, that is. And he said, there's a guy coming on Friday, and I think the offer is giving me is way too low. Are you interested in buying it? And I came back and I didn't hear from him for a day. Friday comes around and I call the guy, and he says, yeah, the engine doesn't run. There's no, quote, has no compression. I'm assuming broken rod, and I still haven't even told you what it is, hint, hint. And he says, I'd take $100 for it, after I told the guy it was worth $200 or $300. So I says, for $100 I'll take it. And what is it? This. 1967 Wheel Horse 1077 with the decal falling off. Never seen that before. The deck is almost perfectly solid. There's no rust, just surface. I'm trying to figure if this is original paint on this tractor. I'm kind of torn. Because under the hood is exactly the same color. Under the seat, and as well as the transmission. And that's a pile of dirt from the leaking old hydrostatic. That's locked. Naturally, being a 1077, this is one of the earlier hydros. So, I mean, this even predates Tilley, for Christ's sake. This is the last year they used this design. And for that matter, it's generator start, so that makes it kind of interesting. Making it even cooler, throttle lock still works. Well, I'm not going to crank on it right now. Seat lock works. The cigarette lighter, I have the original cigarette lighter. Well, I have one that I've had. It didn't come with it. The wheel is almost perfect. It just needs to be cleaned up. And of all things, dash light still works. As well as the mower deck. The freaking stupid casting down there isn't broken. Clutch works fine. It could use a muffler. It's a little loud. But the guy said, yeah, it's no good. The engine's junk, blah, 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 blah. Well, I forgot that these had a push valve on the back of the tranny, being the older one, so we thought it just didn't have one. And we got it up in the truck eventually and got her in here. We got it about halfway into the garage, and I says, I can't keep pushing this damn thing. There's got to be some better way. So I think I'm just going to put it in drive or throw it in reverse and crank the engine over with the battery. I checked for spark while I'm at it. The plug's out to help relieve compression before I remember this has a compression release. Geez, it has spark. And it's whooshing, so the rod isn't broken. So I just take a little gas, put some gas in the tank, which is bone dry and spotless clean. Got spark, I put a little gas down the plug hole, hit the starter, it cranks for about 2 seconds and takes off and sits there purring. And I just drop the parking brake, put her in reverse, and I drove her right into her spot. And so now I just changed the oil on it twice to flush out all the sludge and junk that was in it. I probably should drop the pan, but I think it's all right now. I'm changing the terrible burnt transmission fluid. That's type A, of course. And I got to do the filter too. And I'm going to grease her up. And it does puff a little smoke, so I put a little Lucas Stotnock in it, and I think it'll do the job. I mean, it's running. I mean, it ain't as bad as Tilly, but it's definitely got some things. I can't figure out this paint. Like the mower deck is an obvious indication, but yeah, the more I look at it, oh yeah, that's all masked off. Still, it could be worse. It'll clean up all right. I'd like to find the original seat and springs that go with it. The tires are original. Wheel horse all around. Parking brake's on, so it won't matter here. Actually, no. We're going to do a startup later. So, yeah, that's all for now. Figured you'd like to see it.